Hello, fourth grade. It's Miss Kotraba again. I wanted to send you one more video to give a little bit of help with subtracting mixed numbers. Okay, so again, I'm posting this video because while we were in class, this seemed to be the concept that I had a lot of questions on from you guys. So we're going to work through some of these together, and then I'll give you an opportunity to practice on your own as well. Okay, so let's jump in. Look at number 1, please. We have 7 2/3 minus 4 1/3. And again, like I said in my previous video, go ahead and think about this as the whole number plus the fractional part. So 7 plus 2/3 minus 4 plus 1/3. Okay, as I've told you numerous times in class, I'm a very visual person, so I'm just going to begin by drawing a picture, okay? So I'm going to think about this in terms of flour, because I like to bake. So I'm going to say I have 7 full cups of flour. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 full cups, and then I have a 2/3 cups of flour. Okay, and since I'm dealing with a third of a cup, and we can decide that by looking at the denominator here, I can go ahead and say, hey, all of these cups are going to be into thirds. So I'm going to cut these into thirds. And please pretend that these are equivalent. Okay, so now I have 7 2/3 cup of flour. So I'm going to go ahead and just shade in what I have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2/3 cups of flour. And then I want to take away some. I'm going to use some. Let's say that I'm going to bake some brownies, okay? And so while I'm baking brownies, I'm going to use this much of my flour, okay? I'm going to use 4 whole cups of flour. So goodbye, 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 goodbye. I'm only going to use 4 whole cups of flour. I'm also going to use 1/3 of another cup. So goodbye. There's 1/3 of another cup. So let's see how much do I have left, right? Okay, so to look at how much is left, let's go ahead and change colors here. Let's use blue. Okay. I have 1, 2, and then I'm gonna have to do some adding here, right? Because I could use this piece, this third, and I could add it right here. So that would make 3 holes, and then 1/3 left over, right? And because I'm a very visual person, that works for me. Okay, I understand that this takes a little longer, so I'm going to show you another way of doing it where you're not having to draw as much, okay? So give me a moment while I erase. Okay, so another way to think about this is you could just separate the whole number from the part of the fraction, okay? So thinking about it like this. 7 plus 2/3 minus 4 plus 1/3. I'm going to use parentheses so that I don't confuse anyone, okay? And basically, we can go ahead and look and just check, and this is always my advice, because, you know, when we start getting into problems like number 3, you'll see that we don't have enough to subtract in the numerator, so we need to make sure that that we have enough, but we'll move on to that idea in a moment. Let's go ahead and focus on this. Clearly we see, hey, 7 minus 4, we can do that, and 2 minus 1, we can do that. So we can go ahead and first just subtract the whole numbers. 7 minus 4 is 3. Okay, and then we can do the fraction parts. 2/3 minus 1/3. Okay, so subtract the numerators. 2 minus 1, 1/3. And then you just put this together. 3 plus 1/3 would be 3 and 1/3. And there's your final answer. So I realize that you may be like me, you may be a more visual person, and the first way is helpful. But just keep in mind, it does take some time. I wanted to use the visual so you can kind of see why this method works, the second method. Okay. Now let's jump straight to number 3, because I kind of mentioned this already. But look at number 3. Let me erase this. Okay, number 3, I'm just going to make this a little smaller. Okay, number 3, we have 10 plus 2/9 minus 1 plus 8/9. Okay. And quickly you can probably identify, okay, 10 minus 1, sure, I can do that. But when I'm dealing with the fractional parts, 2/9 minus 8/9, that would bring me to a negative, so that's not going to work. So what do? Well, there's 2 ways you can handle this, right? You want to make sure that you have enough in the numerator so that you are able to subtract. I like to call it the borrowing method, okay? Because that's the way I learned it, and that might not be the most exact terminology, but the basics of this method is to do this, okay? Because I need to add to this numerator here, I have a hole, I have 10 holes right here, and I could just, convert one of those holes into a fraction. So I could basically say 9, right? I'm taking one hole away, and what is one whole basically? Well, if one whole is divided into 9 parts, it would be 9/9, right? So it'd be 9 plus a whole, which we decided is 9/9, plus 2/9, right? So I know this looks a little confusing, but you could say 9, and then what is 9 plus 2? 9 plus 2 is 11. 11/9. Okay, so basically I borrowed 1 from the 10, brought that down to 9, and I converted the 1 that I borrowed into a fraction, which would be 9/9, and then I added that. 2/9 plus 9/9 equals 11/9. So 10 and 2/9 is the same as 9 and 11/9, right? It's just written with a now improper fraction in the fractional part. Okay, now we can do our subtraction. So you can go ahead and say, okay, what is 9 minus 1? I think we can all agree that is an 8. And then what is 11 minus 8? Which is 3/9. Okay, so there is one way to solve that. And like I said, I like to call it borrowing. I don't know why that terminology just has always kind of stuck with me, but that's the way that I envision it. Okay, or we can change this into an improper fraction. And I know a few students, this made the most sense to them, and that's completely fine. So I'm going to erase this. And I am going to show you the improper fraction strategy, right? Okay, so writing it as an improper fraction. Well, first we have to convert it to an improper fraction. And I showed you in the last video a few ways that you could do that. Okay, I'm going to just really quickly do it the way that I've always done it, which is, oh, Ace is done listening to me talk about fractions today. He's barking. So I'm just going to go ahead and multiply the whole number times the parts that it's divided into. So 10 times 9 is 90. Then I'm going to add the numerator, so 92/9. Okay, and then I'm going to say 1 times 9, which is 9, plus 8, so that's 17/9. And then I can subtract. Are you guys hearing Ace in the background? He's like, Mom, come take me on a walk. Stop talking about fractions. Okay, so 92 ninths minus 17 ninths, right? And you're going to end up with 75 ninths, okay? So, and we can do it that way, right? And we can show our fraction as an improper fraction. Ace is really not happy with me. And that's totally fine as well. Okay, so I'm going to pause on this video for a moment and go take care of Ace before he interrupts the whole thing, and then I'll come back and talk to you. Okay, thank you for pausing. I let Ace out. Now he won't interrupt us. Okay, so 75 ninths, and you're saying, well, Ms. Kochera, this is not in the same format as our last answer, right? Because we had, I believe it was 8 3 ninths. Well, we can prove that this is equivalent, 75 ninths and 8 3 ninths, okay? Because think about it. I'm going to use this little area over here. Need some more room. Okay, our last answer format was in 8 3 ninths, okay? And we can prove this by, using our quick little method here. 8, the whole number, 8 times the denominator times 9 would be 72, and then you have the numerator. 72 plus 3 is 75, and then you put it over 9, 75 ninths. So you can show that that is equivalent, right? Okay, so either way, you can use the method where you are borrowing and keeping it in a mixed number format and then subtracting, or you can convert the fractions into, convert the mixed numbers into fractions rather, and then do your subtraction, okay? So I hope that this video helps. What I want you to do, I'm gonna give you an easy one. I'm gonna give you, let's try number 6. Try number 6 for me, and then I'm gonna talk about number 2. I was gonna do it on this video, but I think my screen recorder only allows me so much time. So I'm gonna discuss number 2 with you on another video. Okay, so again, email me, dojo me, let me know what you're having trouble with, what I can help you with. Okay, good work. Bye.